Hey everybody, it's Old Chaplain V, back for another look at step number 2. We came to believe that a power greater than ourself will restore us to sanity. A power greater than ourselves, we've just come off of step number 1 where we admitted that we up here were powerless over our addiction, and that our lives had become unmanageable. But what's impossible for man is only possible with God. I think there's a scripture verse like that. So this is the step that gives us hope. It helps us to realize that there is an answer. Came to believe is a faith statement. Belief is about faith, but faith without works is dead. So if we're not working our steps, change is not going to happen. The problem is the change comes outside our comfort zone. We've been doing the same thing over and over again, not wanting to change. But finally we've come to the point where we realize that if we just give God a chance, things are going to happen. And why do we want to do that? Because we've been, what's that 12th step? Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps. Well, the spiritual awakening in step number 2 is that we realize that, God is there. God is going to help us. And so when we let go of fear and we start trusting God and we're willing to step outside our comfort zone and, rather than worry about what's going to happen and why me, but God, I can't wait to find out what you're going to teach me. This is really interesting. I've never done this before. Wow. Even to put up with people we would rather put down and turn the other cheek, and we realize nasty people need love the most, and Scripture talks about those who will be great among you must become the servant of all. So all our Scripture readings and wisdom sayings and everything come alive for us, and we know that God is there for us because God's guiding us. He's opening our hearts. Our heart has reasoning doesn't understand. That's evidence of God working in our life. That's evidence of our spiritual awakening. That's evidence of moving from spiritual insanity to spiritual sanity. So spirituality is such a special thing. What's that song, Amazing Grace? I was blind, but now I see. I was lost, but now I'm found. We can't explain those things up here. The mind is limited. The mind does not, the flesh is useless, it says in Scripture. It's the Spirit that gives life. Well, God bless you, everybody. Thank you for watching. Just a little more on step number 2. Why do you worry, O ye of little faith? God bless you, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll be back more with